Hi guys, I'm Peter. I am part of the Flaky Machine team. I'm working on a game called Trash Sellers with my girlfriend Veronica and a couple other guys that are working in a company called Skoku. And Trash Sellers is a co-op multiplayer game for 4 players, and it will be released on Steam consoles, and yes, Steam and consoles.
So talk about where the idea for this game came from, because it's called Trash Sailors, but it's also kind of like a pirate game.
Yeah, it's funny because we don't. After finishing our first game, we don't have completely idea how our next game will look like. We've played some indie games that we've really loved, and we decided to combine the mechanics that we like the most with from all these games, and that's it.
Talk a little about like the art design. It's a really unique, almost like paper cutout kind of comic art design. Like where did that idea come from? What made you decide to go that route?
I think I have to. This is question for my girlfriend Veronica because she did all the graphics, but I think she was inspired by some games like Flame in the Flat or Don't Starve. So yeah, she tried to find some cool inspirations and also mix together all the things that she liked.
Talk about some of the mechanics, the specific mechanics in your game. You're floating on a raft that's made of trash, and you collect trash, and you use that trash to build trash cannons or sails. You have a lot of customization and options for your raft.
Yeah, exactly. Trash is the main resource. You have to, through all the game, you have to collect some trash, recycle them, and after that you can use them to fuel the engine, to load the cannons, and repair the raft. So yeah, you have to collect trash all the game, and you beside that you have another currency that there are screws, and you can use them to buy upgrades or clothes and other stuff.
So you decided to make this game a co-op experience. Talk a little about what it's like developing specifically a co-op game, since so many games mainly feature a PvP aspect or a competitive aspect. You actually opted for a work together cooperative aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny because the game used to be for only Nintendo Switch and only for 2 players, and after from the start we had a different publisher than right now, and after we added pretty much whole content, which took us about a year, we thought that maybe we can try something bigger, because it probably we will miss opportunity to reach some bigger player base. So we decided to change the publisher, and the current publisher, that is Tiny Build, encourage us and help us to make the game much more bigger. And yeah, it wasn't really easy, because when you modifying the project that wasn't supposed to be online game, it is really hard and time consuming, definitely.
Were you had your preview build or your rough build? Were you guys running on the Switch on the dev kit?
It first ran only on the dev kits, and after about 1 year and a half, we ported it to the PC.
Was that good? Did you enjoy that, having been able to move to something that's more powerful with not as many limitations?
Yeah,
when you moved it from the Switch to PC.
Yeah, making the game on the Nintendo Switch, you have to have on the back of your head that it's not very powerful machine, and you have to you can't add all the effects and stuff that you can do on the PC. So yeah, it wasn't really easy to.
You have a lot of interesting items and mechanics in your game. Like talk about how people gather this trash and the kind of weapons they can build using this trash and the kind of customization they can make on their raft.
Fishing mechanic is, I think, the most crucial mechanic of the game, and we spent a lot of time to polish it and make it work really good because people are using it all the time.
Do you guys any particular challenge in general for a specific mechanic or implementation of the game on PC? Like, were there any weapons that were giving you trouble? Any kind of locomotion, physics?
You mean from development side? I think the biggest problem was eliminate the synchronization problems in online multiplayer games, because in some moments there are a lot of stuff going on the raft, so we have problems with a huge lag and other stuff, and there was a really big mess, but right now it worked pretty good.
What other games inspired you and your girlfriend to make Trash Sailors? I know there's a lot of pirate games, Sea of Thieves, and anything like that.
To be honest, we wasn't inspired by any of the pirate games. I don't really remember why we chose the pirate theme. The other game we were inspired very much was Overcooked, because it's also the party game and you have to do a lot of stuff in the same time, and there are rush and people are screaming, and yeah.
Can you talk about some of the different environments in your game? Because you're always on water, but you have like a kind of a plethora of environments. You have like an Antarctica zone, you have a tropical zone, you have a swamp zone.
Yeah, there are four different regions and another 2 secret levels which are completely different. And yeah, you are traveling through. You first starting the game in the city, then in the swamp. After that is a jungle, Arctic, and you are finishing with a toxic area.
Now you guys have a planned release date of December 16th. Is that? It says planned. Is that where you want? Is that when you want to release? Is there maybe a way it might get pushed back?
No, not really. We are aiming at the 16th of December, and we won't change this date.
What's the hardest thing about making a video game today in 2021 as an indie developer? What do you think is the hardest thing for you personally?
Well, I think the hardest thing is to make the game that is original and have things that other games don't. So your game have to be very distinctive and other than other games.
Is it difficult? I mean, I know some smaller teams. I've interviewed friend teams. I've interviewed brother teams, family teams. Is it difficult working with your girlfriend on the team every single day, 8 to 12 hours a day, Monday through Sunday?
Yeah, sometimes it's very hard because the biggest argues we have was about the game, and as far as I remember, we have our big argue because I wanted to place the mast a little bit on the right, and Veronica said, "No way, we won't make it. Don't ask me about that."
No, you guys are in the EU, and I think it's interesting because I know there's different words for trash. I mean, in America, we call it trash and garbage. I believe in the UK, they call it rubbish. Did any of that come up in the title at all, like the different regions and what they call their trash?
I don't really know. No, I don't think so.
It was always just trash.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And you said you are planning to come out on consoles eventually. Do you have a plan? Is it next year, this year? Probably not this year, but
No, not this year. We are planning to release it in in the first quarter, I think. But we have to after we releasing the PC version and fixing potential bugs, we will then see how much will take to port to the consoles. I mean, the porting job is pretty much, I think we are 80% done about something about that. So now we have to polish it on the consoles and then release it. Maybe March, I hope.
We aim for March, hopefully spring.
Yeah, maybe early, but yeah, time will show.
What did you build your game in? What engine?
We are working only in the Unity, and yeah.
What was it like working in Unity, and what made you decide to use that engine over like Unreal?
I've started my first game I was working on was on the Unity. I mean, the Trash Tsunami is our second game, and when I was making the first game, it was my very first experience in working the games, and I think Unity have more tutorials on the YouTube, so it was easier to learn this engine, and we have no time for switching to the Unity.
Unreal
with the second game, and I heard that the Unity is better for such maybe not small but not very big projects that don't have a very advanced graphics.
And the last question I have for you, Peter, is do you have any plans for crossplay? Because that's now a thing. People on PC can play with Xbox and Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, actually, we have plans, and I think we are going to start some tests in a month or two. Yeah, the current technology we are using let us for adding crossplay. It will be easy to add it, and I think it will be included in consoles release. But we have to try it and see how it's working.
Awesome. So you guys, their game is coming out on Steam on December 16th this year. They have an open play test at this time, so I'll leave the link in the description below so you can click on that if you want to try it out. But it comes out in less than 6 days, so if you want to support it, go buy it on Steam, wishlist it in the meantime. That also helps them tremendously. Thanks so much, Peter. I appreciate your time, man.
Thank you.